Righty. We are here at NAMM. It's crazy.
It is.
Pandemonium. This is Florentino on the Changing Stage radio show, but we're video now on Facebook Live, and of course, this is on EnterTalk Media. The newly branded EnterTalk Media. We were EnterTalk Radio last time you were around with us.
Oh, EnterTalk Media.
We're EnterTalk Media because we're now radio, television. We've got a music channel. We're going to be having a huge photo gallery for professional photographers. So we could talk all day about that, but more importantly, we're here with Kiki Ebsen.
Hi.
A very, very good friend. She's been on the network before, and she is an incredibly talented lady. So, Kiki, you're here at NAMM.
I am. Oh my goodness, let the games begin.
It's huge.
It's huge. I couldn't find you. I thought you were, there's another booth that has the same number, so I was running around.
I know they do that to keep people going around in circles.
It's a good workout actually. It's called the NAMM, workout.
Yeah. We got all three cameras going on, so you don't have to worry about looking anywhere. They'll catch you. Of course,
cool.
Such a beautiful lady.
So yeah, I'm here. I'm excited. There's always such an amazing energy here, even though it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's an overload for sure.
It is such an overload. We got Roland over here. We've got Pioneer in the back of us, and of course, I want to give a shout out to our great sponsor who makes all this fun stuff happen, Pitbull Audio, right in the back.
Yeah, thank you.
They are a great retailer, and more importantly, they support musicians and all that fun stuff. And also, I want to give a shout out to Jackie. We have a new coffee. Which camera are we at? Which camera, guys? Which camera? Jackie's Brew. So Jackie, you'll get a kick out of that. Hopefully you'll meet Jackie later on here, Kiki. First off, I'm going to give you this.
Oh, thank you.
So,
how did you know?
Little coffee beans.
Like a little coffee.
There you go. So we're doing that because this industry is about the music industry, and one of the challenges that this industry has, and I kind of wanted to talk to you about that because as well as I do, you have to be very dynamic on all the different things that you're doing now. They of just getting up and plugging in your keyboard or singing, and people will take care of all the rest of it. That's not here anymore, right? Yeah.
No.
So Kiki, if you guys aren't aware, is an amazing artist. She does a number of different things, has her own album projects, a little jazz, a little something of pop. She also has a project where she does a tribute to Joni Mitchell. Tell us a little bit about that.
Joni Mitchell's, I'm a huge fan. I've been listening to her music since I was a child.
Everybody. Prince was big influenced by Joni Mitchell.
And I just woke up one day a couple of years ago and said I have to play her music. I just have to do a band, maybe do one show. Well, 2 years later, that's turned into the Joni Mitchell Project, and we go around playing with an amazing band, and we cover about 9 records worth of material, about 20 years worth of songs from the early days all the way up into...
Nobody does that.
Nobody does that.
Yeah.
It's, for one thing, it's really hard.
Oh, yeah.
And
music is
it's not easy.
Not
it's not for sissies.
For musicians, for
but
sure.
I'm a songwriter, so I lend my melodies kind of lend towards the Joni Mitchell type of Laura Nyro-ish type of piano-driven ballads. So it inspired me as a creative artist to learn her material, and then I fell in love with playing it, and then it kind of kicked my ass. And I went, I'll be better at singing and playing and writing songs if I can get deep into her music. Not to copy her, but to, kind of take it into a new place where now I have people coming up to me going, I never really knew about Joni Mitchell, but after hearing you, I'm going to go back and dive into those songs, which I think is awesome because they really do survive the tests of time and they do survive being covered. And, of course, I think, but I am just loving it. Loving it.
And you've got a great band.
Great band.
Big shout out to Terry Woolman.
Terry Woolman is playing guitar, Grant Geisman, Steve Lawrence on bass, and Matt Starr, who's like a John Guerin freak. So he covers all the great drum parts, and it's very, very good. We're playing actually at Bogey's up in Westlake Village on February 11th.
Okay.
Yeah, February 11th.
If I'm invited, count
You're
me in.
always invited. I'm going to make you a special pass.
Always pass. Not all access, but always pass.
Always pass. Always. Yeah.
No, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Like I said, you've been such an inspiration for all of us over there with your career. Now you've got a little special, personal side. Your father is Buddy Ebsen.
My father's Buddy Ebsen, and one of my other shows is a tribute to him and his career back in when he started out in the late 20s. And he went to New York as a dancer and became a vaudevillian entertainer, and then went on Broadway, and then came to Hollywood during the golden age,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
hit the movie career, and then hit television.
Yeah,
so
he was supposed to be in the Wizard of Oz.
he was
He
slated.
was.
He was in the Wizard of Oz
Yeah.
for 2 weeks, and he got very ill from the Tin Man makeup, which was aluminum dust, which they dusted on his face and he inhaled. And so my show really dives into not only his history of things that people don't know about him, my relationship, my complicated relationship with my father, and kind of becoming my own entertainer away from the shadow, which is really another whole nother thing. And in the show, I'm singing and I'm dancing, and we're doing it's all standards and all songs from the Great American Songbook.
Did you do the high stepping that your dad did before?
I know. Don't have that. No, we're doing like a time step, and no, we're doing some really nice routines that he did with like banjo on my knee with Barbara Stanwyck and things like that. But it's just such a heartfelt story for anyone who, anyone who has a parent, right? So and they're gone now, and you're trying to recover a relationship or rebuild one that inspires you going forward, and that's what I'm doing.
That's so awesome. So you're here at NAMM, and obviously I'd like to think it was just to see us, but
when I heard you were here, I raced to the computer to send you an email.
That's awesome. I love this lady.
I did.
This is like old home week.
I know. I get to see all my friends. I am actually going to perform a couple of times today. At 4 o'clock, I will be at the Marriott stage in a songwriter round. It's a songwriter. It's myself and 3 other songwriters. And we get to kind of pass the baton, which is
Tim.
Tim Moyer, who's
good friend of the network. He's been on.
He's such a supporter too of the arts, and I'm very involved with his Temecula Valley Music Awards, and I've helped judge it the last 4 years.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm going to perform at the Parnelli Awards tonight at the Hilton.
Yes.
And that is
live, almost like the live Grammys, right?
It awards excellence in touring, sound, lighting, and stage.
Yes.
And it's an amazing. Last year I did it. They usually do it in Las Vegas, and the Parnelli Awards are presented by Timeless Communications, who publish Jazz Ed and Front of House magazine, and they're like huge magazine publishers. But this awards show honors, like last year they honored Tom Petty's tour manager, Richard Fernandez, and he was there. Tom Petty awarded it to him. This year they're going to award the road manager for Billy Joel is going to get the Lifetime Achievement. So I'm going to be there with my band. We're going to do a set. We're going to do some Joni. We're going to do some jazz. We're going to do some of my original songs, and just have a good old time. And I play
What
for
about
them.
the set today? What are you going to do out there?
Today I'm going to do my songs. I'm going to do all my originals.
How about that? There. So you guys got to go get this music. It's amazing.
KikiEbsen.com. KikiEbsen.com. You can get everything. I have 7 records, so lots to choose from.
You don't look old enough to have 7 records.
Oh, aren't you sweet? If I could only tell you what milestone birthday I just had.
So was it a record every 6 months? Is that how we do it?
Oh, yeah, that's what we do. We just top them out. I got a new one I'm working on, too. A new original record, so.
Tell us a bit about that. What can we expect for this new one?
Well, more heartfelt, gut-wrenching, emotional songs. And art for me is a healing source. It just healed my life, and it's transformed me. And that's what I think art is for. And when we talk about the changing of the music business, I really don't like to hear how I know it's hard, but as an artist, I'm just going to keep doing it and find where my niche is. And you keep offering your gifts to people, and if you can heal them on a certain level, you're always going to find a home for it. I really believe that. And that's what my music does. It heals me, it touches you, it's a win-win.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I think that's why everyone's here. Is, although we're here to look at gear and have fun with gear, those are just tools. Those are just tools, right?
Exactly. I mean, I started off, my first gig was MIDI tech for Chicago in 1987, which means I was
Chicago?
for the band Chicago.
Oh, okay.
So I was on the road with them, and I had a huge wall of emulators and Akai samplers and computers and synthesizers, and we were programming and all, it was complicated. That was the sound,
Yeah.
But now I write
what were some of the pieces that you had back then?
Well, emulator, Akai S950.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was working on a Macintosh Plus, which of course totally dates me.
That was it's a little box with a screen about that big.
A lot of Yamaha DX7s.
A lot of eyes ruined because of that puppy.
Yes,
But
exactly.
It's all good. It's all good.
But anyway, as we morph into what we can do today on our Apple computer, I mean, I write on my acoustic piano, and then I, go to my software and I create the song. It's about the song and the melody and trying to support what you're trying to say.
It's always about the
I mean,
heart
It's fun to program in those kind of heavy dance tracks. That's fun too. I remember that too. I started off there, but now for me it's about the song.
Yeah. Definitely with that. I guess we should give a shout out to Yamaha, right?
We should. Hello, Yamaha.
They're a big supporter of you.
They're a supporter.
We're actually shooting later on with them, and that's gonna be a fun thing. We're gonna be doing some gear previews with them. So.
Oh, cool. Well, I did a fun show over the summer, the Laguna Festival of Arts, and I got to play their Yamaha Disclavier, which recorded my piano on the Joni Mitchell show. So now they live stream that with the video of the Joni Mitchell show on their website to Disclavier users.
Oh, that is awesome. They're big. They're like.
Yeah, I've been using Yamaha. I've been endorsed by them since Chicago back in 1987. So it's been a long with Christopher Cross and just through my entire touring career, which is extensive.
Yeah. So with that said, as we kind of start to conclude the rest of this interview here, what are some of the things that you want to see when you're not performing here at the show? Are you looking forward to see any pieces of gear?
I like to wander around and kind of see what tickles my fancy. I like the live streaming aspects of concert, being able to present concerts like Alert the Globe is here, and
we should do something along those lines for your originals especially.
Oh, I'd love to do that
because we have a lot bigger scale version of all this fun stuff we have here. We got a nice little intimate booth here at the NAMM show, and we're at 260B in the North Hall. So you guys, there is another 260B, so don't get lost. And I can't remember. It's like 17510, I think.
17510
is the actual number. So come on by and see us. But we have multiple cameras. And because
that would be great. I would love to do. That's what's exciting is how do you get music out to the masses if you're not on some major television show? And there's so many of us independent artists that are doing that and finding new ways. And of course finding better ways to record our music. So Sennheiser, I love my Sennheiser mics, but I might go there and see if they have anything that can beat their Evolution Series 945, which is my favorite.
Amazing mics. Although I should give a shout out to Aston. These mics, I'm going to turn it around.
Wait, is this Aston Pittman's mic?
Is that?
Whose mic is this?
This is Aston's.
Aston Pittman?
I don't know if they're. We don't. I know James Young, who's.
Okay, never mind.
But Aston is a mic out of the UK.
Oh, okay.
So this is the UK sound.
Oh.
And what they did was they worked with 36 UK producers, studio owners. I think 36, 30, in the 30s. They basically got all these guys together and said, what do you want the mic to sound like that will represent the UK sound? And these mics here, you can literally throw them and they won't break. The way they're designed.
Well, they're cool looking. I like the way they look.
Yeah, and we give a shout out to those guys. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
They let us use these for the show. And,
that's nice.
This one is the Origin, and oh man, I'm getting forgetful. This is their big studio mic. This one's their all go-to everything. This is you've got full surround and figure 8 patterns with this, and then that one's just a standard cardioid pattern.
Well, there's so much to remember. I mean, really.
It is. For those who haven't been here, all I can say is this is just a mind blow.
Buckle up.
Yes, exactly. Sensory overload.
Sensory overload. It's only the second day. The morning of the second day.
Yeah. Right, it is.
Yeah.
Well, Kiki, I love you, girl.
I love you too. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And enjoy the coffee. We got to get a coffee on you too. We're going to be doing this. This is our way of helping artists do something different with branding. We're going to be doing one with Terry. We start off with Jackie because Jackie was one of our first shows. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just chatting. They're saying put this in front of the camera here. So.
I love it.
But so when you think of merch, right? You think of T-shirts. You think of programs.
Idea.
This is consumable. So once someone adores this, they can continue on as much as they want, and it doesn't.
Put the download card right, like at Cracker Jacks.
Yeah.
You can pull the music out, and then you have the coffee.
Brilliant.
See, I'm brilliant.
So she is not. She's.
I'm brilliant.
You've just been hired for marketing for us.
Well, let me leave you with a few CDs for you. I don't think you have any.
We don't. We have music that you've sent us for the shows.
Well, you can have my very own. So that's my original.
Awesome.
That's Joni.
Right here, guys. As you're directing me, Paul's hands. We're jumping in here.
Joni Mitchell.
There we go. everywhere.
And Dad's Tribute.
And Dad's Tribute.
So there's
Buddy
the
Ebsen.
trifecta for you.
Yeah, and for those, if you didn't, obviously didn't see him in Wizard of Oz, but you've got Beverly Hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbillies, Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, yeah.
So many amazing movies that he was in.
TV shows.
Yeah. So Beverly Hillbillies, Barnaby Jones.
Yeah, exactly. Now you're bringing back my 70s, 80s.
Yeah, I know, mine too. Mine too. All right, Don.
But of course,
for you,
the beautiful and lovely, talented Kiki Ebsen. Amazing lady, amazing talent. We really appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank
One
you.
more.
All right.
Shamelessly copying hugs here, guys. All right, thank you. We'll be right back with another interview. I believe Jackie Bertoni will be coming up next here
Jackie.
around the 1 o'clock time frame. So stay tuned.